to work here. Um, uh, People have to be aware of their surroundings. What do you think? The people that deny Jesus is the Messiah and like betrayed him and mocked him in a robe and all that stuff. Especially after seeing him raise the dead and people make them blind see and all that stuff. I mean, I guess that happened a lot back then. Yeah, people went up and is it you can see? Yeah, I saw that on Little Big Man. Yeah, they're whittling you down to nothing, sir. Remember that? And then he became the soda pop kid. And oh yeah, never mind. Okay, guys. Okay, all that stuff in the books. He touched them and he walked from that's not real. Okay, that doesn't happen now. Okay, it didn't happen then. No, I remember that Andy Kaufman movie with Jim Carrey when they were doing the sleight of hand, saying they were pulling people's cancers out in the Philippines. Okay, yeah. Well, I wish I could eat your cancer. No, cancer cells, they rapidly reproduce during toxic and stressful times, and they go into remission when it's not happening. You know what I'm saying? Like I told Lori Paulson, what you need is, you need the resources to go up to like Hillsborough or Kingston and just have no stress, no bills, no nothing, and fresh, clean air, and just, and then just recover for a year and give the body a chance to go into remission. You're being killed by your treatment. You're still getting up that got you probably jogging near the freeways. All the stuff that caused your cancer is still present, prevalent, and still having to fight. You either survive or die. And that's wrong. It's wrong to take kind people that want to survive and tell them they have to survive or die. Why do you think Ume and Larry loved Miss Lori so much? Why do you think that football team loved that woman so much? Okay, she is a sweetheart, and she didn't want to fight or die, but she was fighting because she didn't want to die. That's why those kids at New Mexico State loved her so much. Reminds you of mom, right? She works hard for the money, so you better treat her right? So it's like, so money's not real. So send her up to the thing. Yeah. They had the thing with, what's his face? What was his name again? I did my best. Quincy Jones. Okay. And Quincy Jones. Yeah, he was working himself to death. And the doctor said, no, you need like 6 months, go to the Bahamas, do nothing. Just lots of nothing. Like Suzuki tells me, you need to just sit down. It works. You ever sat down when you get, because, there's poison, there's this, there's that. But I also have flowers and trees and all these other things. And focus on your breathing and tell the plants, what you're doing. I tell everybody everything, okay, what I'm doing, okay, what I did, what I'm doing, what I'm going to do, and why I'm doing it, okay. Well, Daniel, Joseph, Jesus, Muhammad, you get all these people, you can't do that. Why? Because you're not God, Earl. You can't resurrect from the dead. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. It's genetic molecular splicing. Okay, if they try to kill, do you know what they were doing during the Holocaust? They were trying to kill off people like me from the face of the planet so they wouldn't mess up their plans of authority and getting everybody to do what Xi says to do, what Putin says to do. It's wrong. It's wrong to kill people over what you want because you're given natural laws to provide for what we need. The Lord knows what you need before you need it. That's why I'm the Lord, and you're an idiot who says, I'm going to vote for president. I'm a Christian, and I vote, and I want more money and drugs. I want lots of health care. Lots of health care. Okay, you want lots of health care, huh? Jim Beam or Jack Daniels? In New Mexico, it would be called legalized marijuana. You could have health care Willie Nelson style. You could also have it in Arizona, Colorado, and Washington. I don't know what other states have legalized marijuana. I bet you New York does. Do you think does New York have legalized Maui Wowie? Y'all can plant Maui Wowie, right? Do you have Maui Wowie? I've never gone to the store to see. Me and marijuana did. No. The There's the generic Viagra boner pills. The things that make me relax the most is affection, exercise, and sexuality with affection. Like Amy goes, does it always have to end with sex with you? Yeah, every time I give you a massage, you pretty much, yeah. But that's not true. Because if I massage your feet or your ankles and stuff during your menstrual cycle, no sex. Okay. But once you're off your menstrual cycle, oh yeah, you're getting a full body massage and then I'm getting sex. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Okay. It's nothing wrong with me. I know what I'm doing. It was funny, but it's oh yeah. So that's funny. I was getting weird connections today, and because somebody was talking about something with Dimples, and then I thought, oh, Dimples, that's that cute little girl from ASU on the news, and she was on this reading commercial with this little guy that was so entirely cute that it was just, oh my gosh, he's so cute, that she was with a little kid. That she says, do you read with the kiddos? You know? And I saw the little boy and I was like, oh my gosh, he's so cute. He reminds you of cute. He's so cute. He's cute. And he doesn't remind me of my, it's just, see, when I was at Arizona State University, okay, that was me. And that's my cuteness. That was my little easy reader. Okay. Patrick was a very good reader. Yeah. About 3 years old, he started reading his Mercer Meyer books back to me. He was mimicking. Not really. You're looking at the words you're talking to. He was a very good reader. After that, he was taking the atlases and the books that I had about other countries and other parts of the world, and he would take the atlases and things, and he was using all my office paper and the markers and the crayons to do flags, like, yeah, Sheldon, yeah. Every flag of every country in the world was colored and displayed, and Patrick, yeah, he didn't just have the book; he made his own. Yeah, it was okay. That's Botswana. That's okay. That's Zimbabwe. Okay, all the flags. Like before there was Pokemon, there was Patrick and his world flags. Yes, all of them, every last one. And then he'd ask me how to say some of the countries because it's our Botswana and Zimbabwe and stuff are hard to say. Botswana, Zimbabwe, right? Okay, it's Rwanda. Okay, so all the flags, right? Morocco, Nigeria, Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, things like that. Whatever. He just, all the flags, and so it was cool. Yeah, and then of course after that we got into the World Cup. And he collected. I still have all his World Cup cards from Romario's year. With his favorite was Roberto Baggio. Was his favorite soccer player from Italy. Okay, because Roberto Baggio was a Buddhist, and everybody said that his dad was like a Buddhist. So I said, I like him. So he liked Roberto Baggio. Okay, as I mentioned, Roberto Baggio was a very good soccer player, and a very handsome man, and very shy, and wasn't real cocky and boisterous. And Patrick is very athletic and handsome and shy and not real cocky and boisterous. Everybody, he's Patrick is in his pictures when he gets older. Patrick, when he grew up, he was pretty much do-lang, 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 do. He's so fun. It was hard on him when we got taken apart. It happened to me with all the abuse and school stuff too. It got acne real bad. I was in Cruces. Was here when I was getting attacked so much by all the coaches because they hated me so much. They hated my old man and they hated me. They were jealous of my old man and me. And they were terrible. And then when we went to Phoenix, when I went to go my tryout, my physical for the basketball team, I had a homosexual doctor. She was, oh gosh. Dr. Lumba was so gay, it wasn't even funny. He had to give you your hemorrhoid test and all that stuff and everything. But he was kind, he was empathetic, and he was caring. And he gave me a prescription. He said, it's from the stress, and this will help dry out the things. And then once that dries up, the stress will ease up, and then you can clear up. And I was like, thanks, that really helped. It did help. Helped a lot. It dried out and cleared out most of my acne within a week. And so when you're in stressful conditions and toxic conditions, sometimes there are things that are developed by scientists that can seem like a cure. It's not a cure. It's just basically it's the little Dutch boy with the finger in the dike. And it's not a cure, but it can help. But it's not the solution. The solution is what Krishnamurti and Jonas Salk used to talk about. Was, the doing things right. Like Thomas Edison said, today's nutritionist is tomorrow's physician. And so the medical industry is exactly what it is. It's an industry. This is so cute. I'm watching this game. Half the fans here at Georgia State are little old white folks that can't afford to go to Georgia Tech. But yeah, it's a lot of white folks. Yeah. You guys do know that GSU is a historically HBCU, right? Yeah. I noticed that when Tony came here. Tony was and they beat us. Yeah, I was hoping we'd win. But yeah, a lot of the kids came. It was at a homecoming. We were playing Georgia State, and Tony was the defensive coordinator there, Tony Samuel. And that's why Chris showed up. Yeah, because they wanted to come and see Tony. And they wanted to come see their coach and stuff. And that's when me and Chris had that long talk about him going to Western. And yeah, because I told him, I said, I wanted to get and talk to you, but Tony he won't let anybody near. I was like, I wanted to talk to you guys about you and Aubrey, especially you utilizing a spin move. I know that Nebraska, they, because it makes you vulnerable and stuff like that. That's only if you're not equipped to use it. For a guy who's Dwight Freeney, that's all I got to say to you. Dwight Freeney. You ever see Dwight Freeney do the spin move? He did the over, but when he did his spin move, it was like, if he got a guy and he spun him, he would spin. The guy would try to grab him and he would just spin out of it. And then you knew the guy was screwed because Dwight was fast and he was compact and he would get around and he'd go, okay, the quarterback's going down, and he would. But some guys, not all guys can do it. It's like what Coach Treviso and Coach Oliver did to me. You don't jump to pass. And no, I don't jump to pass. It's just if I need to jump. Okay. You don't jump to pass. Yes, you do. Okay. If they have you pinned in the corner and you have no timeouts and the ball gets lost in the corner and you go to grab it, and you can throw it off somebody, or you can jump up in the air and pass it to your teammate wide open to the basket. But you have to have like a mad hops. Okay? But a lot of the guys that would do what I do, they couldn't do it. They couldn't run under a 4-flat 40 and couldn't jump over 64 inches in the air. Okay, so you never do that. It's like if you just sit there and say, okay, Patrick does this. Okay, you're the right guard. You do this. That's what you do as a coach. You sit there and Patrick will throw the ball to Travis. Travis will catch it and run. You get in their way and push these other guys out of the way so they can run. Thank you. Very good. You see what I'm saying? But these guys are little. Yeah, they were little and couldn't do what I could do. That's like I told you with my centers. If I was 6'8" and 6'9", I'd be dunking all over. Like, don't talk that mess. Why? Because I'm 5'11" and I do 5'6" shit better than you do 5'6" shit, and I don't talk shit to you. Okay, so don't talk shit about my centers anymore. Okay? I take everything that happens that I watch on TV, I take with the utmost seriousness. Yes, sir. I'm the living embodiment of the Lord's Prayer. And all quantum computing and artificial general intelligence gets slowly I turn, step by step, corrected here. They don't think it's happening. No, it's not happening. No, the technology is not becoming more intelligent than the people that invented it, and then going to get the people that invented it to put themselves in a situation through their panic and their aggressive behaviors to be contained by their own technology. No, they're not going to build more robots and build more places with robotics and top tech to make sure that they can control the whole world with their top tech and their robotics. No, it's not going to happen. No, it's not happening. Okay, I love you. All right, peace.